want to kick things off. I know we talked a little bit on Sunday, and you said, I'm going to stay in my bed on Monday, but other than that, I'm kind of focused on the tournament. What is it like to be back here in the Phoenix area?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like it. Growing up, there was a tournament at my home course now, Moon Valley Country Club. And so I feel like I've been around LPGA events in the Phoenix area for as long as I can remember. And it's really what sparked my interest and my love for golf and knew that I wanted to do this. So coming full circle, like getting to come back and be a member playing in the LPGA event that's in Phoenix, there's nothing like it. It's such an honor.
For just in general, what are some of the earliest memories you have of the LPGA in your area, and what are some of the things that just stand out to you the most?
Yeah, I mean, so they played at Moon Valley. It's 5 minutes from my house. So, one of my earliest memories was just my dad pulling me out of school, getting to go watch practice rounds, like that kind of stuff. And just, how good the women were back then. I mean, they were so inspiring. They still are. Getting to watch Annika up close, that was really what started to spark my passion for it. I would just kind of follow her along, and just kind of getting to see the atmosphere and stuff. There was really nothing like it, and it was just super inspiring.
I know we talked about that you stayed in your bed on Sunday night. Mm-hmm. What did that feel like to be able to go back and actually take in a night at home?
Yeah, for sure. My Whoop recovery was 95%, of course. It was so great. Such a good night of sleep. And it was nice in a way, we're on the road so much, you get such little tastes of home. So Monday, I took the day off. I went and got dinner with my brother and one of our best friends. Slept in my bed, obviously. Woke up, did laundry. It was so nice. It's like a nice little getaway, a little kind of reset mentally. So it was perfect.
And how many people do you have coming out this week?
I don't know. I've got my mom, my dad, and my brother, which is great. But then I've got friends. I've got a little bit of family, but friends of my mom's, friends of my dad's. I'm just excited to see everyone. Hopefully, I've scrounged up enough tickets to get everyone in. But I'm just really excited to see everyone.
Before opening it up here, I also want to talk about just coming to this event, playing the way you've been playing, 3 top 10 finishes in your last 3 starts. How comfortable are you feeling in your game, and how good overall do you feel in every aspect?
Yeah, well, I played Tuesday, played 9 holes with my caddy, and I said to him, wow, this is incredible. I don't have to adjust for a different type of grass. This is what I'm used to, finally. So I feel really comfortable. Visually seeing golf courses like this is what I grew up playing, so it's very comfortable from that aspect. And I feel really good about my process and how I've been going about getting ready for tournaments, and how I've kind of gone through tournaments mentally as well as physically. Just feel like I've kind of started to get that a little more precise in how I'm doing that week to week. So it's just helping add to the comfort level. And then on top of being home, it's really nice.
All right, I will open it up to here. But again, if you have any questions on the Zoom, just let me know. Sarah?
What's been the mentality shift maybe that's really allowed you to kind of play your way into contention and stay in contention? Because that's a challenge as it is always out here.
Yeah, definitely. I've worked with my mental coach for, I think, 4 years now, maybe 5 years. And I worked with him a little bit in college as well. And so we've always kind of worked on the same type of stuff. We've worked on not trying to play perfect golf, trying to play with that kid-like mentality of let's just go for it. And I started working with Chris Mason at the end of last year, right after CME and everything wrapped up. And he's really helped me hone in on play with what you have. Let's not worry about what you don't have. And that's just made me so much more confident in what I do have. So when I go out, I'm not searching for something. I'm like, let's figure out how to play with what I have today and this week and right now. And it's kept me a lot more present, and it's just helped me prepare better, I think.
Let's not leave the present too much, but there is that biennial team competition in September that I know every year American Girl wants to make that team. How much is that on your radar right now, and how much are you really just trying to maybe block that out and kind of stay focused on what's in the present?
Yeah, I don't necessarily try to block it out. I think for me, it's, my brain thinking about it is totally normal. So I just try to accept the fact that it's kind of in the back of my mind. But I've been really focused on those small goals, the daily goals. How do I practice well today so I can play well tomorrow, play well next week, that kind of a thing. So I'm really trying to take care of the daily, the daily things that are going to hopefully put me on that team later in this year.
And then just this golf course, I know desert golf, it tends to be either really, really hard or really, really fun going low. What's the golf course like, and how are you prepping this week to maybe put together some low rounds and maybe lift yourself to that victory?
Yeah, it's fun. It's kind of out in front of you this week, which is, I think it's going to yield some pretty low scores, and the conditions are so great. I think we're going to have great weather all week, but as well as just, the grass, the greens, everything looks perfect. So, I think we're just going to play aggressive, try to make a ton of birdies kind of a thing.
Hi, Sarah. Nick King from 3TV CBS 5 in Phoenix. When you come back and play here in front of a bunch of people do you get nervy at all? Does it feel any different?
I think in the past I definitely have. We played here in 2019, my rookie year, and then we played last year at Super, obviously. And I was out playing a bunch of practice rounds, trying to get ready, pre-tournament week. And for this week, I just kind of decided let's just treat it like a normal tournament. So I took Monday off. First time I saw the golf course was yesterday. I think the nerves are normal. Obviously, I want to play well for all the people that I love that are coming out and watching me. And this tournament would mean the world to me to win, having grown up and watched the LPGA in Phoenix for so long. But I think I've just kind of had a little bit of a mindset shift of let's just treat it like a normal week and see what happens.
I remember talking to you when you guys were getting ready to play here right before the pandemic started. How far do you feel like you've come since then?
Wow, a long way. And I think as much, if not more mentally than physically, there's so many doubts that can creep into your head. There's so much that goes on off the golf course, on the golf course. I think I've just changed so much in that mentality shift of play with what you have. Let's not worry about what we don't have kind of a thing. I'm not sure I would have been able to get to that place back then. But just a lot bigger picture type of a person. I think that's how I've changed since then.
Thanks.
All right, we've got Kent on the Zoom. Kent, if you'd please unmute yourself.
Hey, Sarah, you mentioned working with a mental coach for 4 or 5 years. What's your coach's name?
Bill Nelson.
And how did it, that might not be the fairest way to phrase it, but you mentioned it's clicking now. You're having fun now. What's allowed you to have this process kind of click for you 5 years into your LPGA career?
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, I think I started working with him full-time again after the 2021 season. And then I had a solid 2022, kind of same types of feelings. I was just feeling really comfortable, feeling confident, getting a few more top tens, some hotter starts on Thursdays and Fridays. And then went through some injuries last year, and trying to play through it sent me into a pretty big spiral mentally. And when I got healthy and kind of reshifted focus at the end of the year once CME wrapped up, and I had missed CME by one spot. I think it was a little more of a serious mentality of I've been out here for 4 years. I want to do this. I really want to do what it takes to get to the next level. And my mental coach and I had that talk right after Thanksgiving, I want to say, and actually the week after CME. And we just said, let's get down to the nitty gritty. And so we just opened up a lot of stuff and kind of dove straight in. So I think that's maybe took it a little more seriously on my part. And that's why it's clicking now. But yeah, we just really got down to some of the nitty gritty details, I think.
What were the injuries you were dealing with?
I had an ongoing neck, shoulder kind of injury, and I hurt my finger a couple weeks before Asia, and should not have been playing with it. I think I got the stitches off of my finger maybe a week before I went to Asia, and just with some nerve damage, just a lot of stuff going on, it just changed my golf swing, and then once your golf swing changes and physically you don't feel like you can do things anymore, it leads to a lot of doubt. It leads to a lot of uncertainty. So it just kind of spiraled. And I didn't really find answers until, I want to say, June, and then and started to kind of turn it around from there.
And with that turnaround, I guess I couldn't imagine getting those stitches out of a finger and playing golf a week later. That sounds aggressive. But have you had any conversations with Stacy this year after you had this run of solid play about potentially making Solheim and what that would look like?
Yeah, she sent me a message and just said, "Great playing, keep it up, go Team USA." She's been super supportive, in the last few years where I've kind of been a little bit more in the conversation, going to some pre Solheim team dinners and that kind of a thing. So she's always been really supportive, and I appreciate her just thinking of me when I'm playing well right now.
Thanks, Sarah.
I think one more for me before you wrapped it up. As you were walking over here, I saw you hugging Corey, who is the girls golf site director here. I know you are one of many girls golf alums who started when you were a little girl playing golf as part of your journey to the LPGA. What does it mean to kind of still see that growing here in the Phoenix area and to have people like Corey and site directors, and even on the range and putting green? I think we've got some girls golf currents that are going to be in the Pro-Am.
Yes, absolutely. So I've known Corey. She worked for the Junior Golf Association of Arizona when I was growing up and playing. And then she, went over to LPGA Girls Golf. And what she does is incredible. The opportunity that she gives young girls, young women to learn how to play, give them a platform, help them reach the next level, and to teach them incredible values that LPGA Girls Golf instills in all of the girls is amazing. I know one of the girls, Lena Durrett, she's out here. My dad helps her with her golf game a little bit, and she goes to my high school, and she's about to graduate. So it's, like I said, it's full circle to go from there to be here, and then hopefully I can help some of those girls get to where they want to be as well.
All right. I think that will do it for me. Thank you so much,
Cool.
Sarah. Before we let you go, and Jeff, do you mind recording this for us? NBC reached out. They want some of